Hi friends, first I want to say I will still doing Lost Ark videos of course, but as you can know after a New World release I play New World 2, so I want to make videos about New World 2, and my first video will be about both PvP build and armors, kinda guide. After that video maybe I can upload some bow and spear PvP moments. This is two weapon is my main weapons for now. This two weapon, and I will upload PvP build for spear too these days. So keep contact. First I want to talk about which stats you need to go with that build. First you should at least has 150 dexterity and 50 constitution, because every 50 stat give you a bonuses. With first 50 stats in dexterity we gain 5% critical chance, as you can see, and the second 50 dexterity stat give us 5% thrust damage. It's mean we gain 5% damage for our bow and spear both with that bonus. And the most important one we get with third 50 stat. You will understand why I say you should have at least 150 dexterity before. It's because your dash consume 10 less stamina, and we will use light armor. I will talk about armors later. And with that bonus we can use our dash 3 times in a row. It's really important in especially 1v1 situations. And last bonus with constitution. Constitution is give us all health consumables will be 20% more stronger. In end game situation, you need to have 300 dexterity and 150 constitution in end game. But I talk in middle game like that. Like that. Before my build I want to talk about armors too. I'm playing with light armor right now, and I recommend a light armor in 1v1, but in big fights, I mean like 50 versus 50, you can use medium armors too. If you want to go light armor, use medium chest armor, and other armors you should take light armor. If you want to go medium armor, you use heavy chest armor, and other ones go medium armor, so you can get most efficiency. And let's talk about builds. First I need to say, let's first talk about bow. I need to say bow is not that much range weapon like a musket. With musket you can just sit down and try to snipe people, but bow is more like a mid-range weapon. You need to fight really fast. So let's start with bow first. First let's look at the Skirmisher Tree. The most important passive is the evasive tactics, that one. It's really good. Every time you use your dodge, I mean space, you will gain 20% damage buff for 5 seconds. It's literally like you are permanently deal 20% more damage. It's really important and really good passive. And evade shot actually I don't use that skill in PvP, but it's viable skill too for kinda kiting the enemy, but I don't use that because it's good skill, yeah. But if enemy dodge that one with his space, he still can hit you. You are being vulnerable when you use that skill, and it's not that much for ranged usage, so I don't use that, but still viable, as I say. Other passive impale and catch me if you can. They are both good passive for kiting, as you can see. That's for slow down enemies, and that is move faster if you fight against multiple people. And my first active skill I use in PvP, poison shot. Actually, it's a very simple skill. Basically, a poison clot, it's still so much damage if you look at the total damage. And the good part is about that skill. If enemy leave the cloud, he still take the damage for 20 seconds. It's mean if you hit enemy one time with that skill, or he walk in cloud only one time, he still take damage for 20 seconds. Another passive is dodge and weave. Actually, you can use that too for kiting, as I can say before. And infected arrow, basically your poison shot deal more damage. If you wonder how much more, in total damage you will deal 240 weapon damage instead 200% damage weapon damage. And another good kiting passive is Archer Speed. It's really good because you swap your weapon, you will gain 10% movement speed for 5 seconds. It's really good for 10 seconds cooldown, of course. And other passives, Mark, I use that too. It's mean if you are poisoned the enemy, you will deal 10% more damage. And you can use battle precision too instead Mark. It's mean your poison will remain 20% more, and it's basically deal 20% more damage. And now let's look at the hunter tree, or kinda main tree. Actually both tree we will take so much skill. Our main active skill is penetration shot. It is really good damage skill and passes through targets, so you can hit a multiple target with that skill. And it deal 150 weapon damage. You can snipe people with that, or just finish off them. And the passive long range, we use that one too. It is really good passive. You will deal 20% more damage to 10 meters away enemies. And the other passive is aim through. Actually, we don't use that much heavy attacks with bow, but in big fights for kinda sniping people, you can use your heavy attacks, and 30% more is mean really big damage, and your heavy attacks really big damage. But it's takes so much time to prepare them, so we normally don't use them. And two skill passive for penetrating shot, Blood Circuit Arrow and Deep Strike. Blood Circuit Arrow is actually not that good because it's how much target you hit. You will deal more damage with penetrating shot, max to 50%. But generally we use that for one target. But we use that skill for Deep Strike. Open the Deep Strike. Deep Strike, if enemy at least 20 meters away from you, you will deal 20% more damage with penetration shot. It's really good. And my last active skill is rapid shot. Rapid shot is really risky skill. If you can hit 3 hits, you will deal 325% weapon damage. It is really big. Also in PvP for bosses you can use that skill too. And if you use that about PvP, you can unlock rapid accuracy and final blow too. That two passive skills too, for almost spam that skill with big damage potential. And but of course that skill you can when you use that skill you can't move, so be sure you are in good spot when you use rapid shot. Two more passives: surprise shot, surprise attack, and bullseye. I use like that, but you can use Hawkeye too if you want to sustain. Finishing shot is really good too. We use that one too. It's because finish off the enemies and 20% more damage is always good. And our identity skill is I don't know how I can spell that, but as you can see, when you land a headshot, you will deal 20% more damage and 50% chance to get your arrow back. It's really good. And we use arrow range too for backside damage dealing. It's mean your arrows range will increase, and like that. Or both three will be like that. And we can look at which skill we don't use. Closing in, not bad skill, viable skill, but I don't like it. Rain of arrows is viable for big fights, backside damage dealing, but not that good in close range fights or 1v1 situations. So I don't use that too. And battle prediction, another viable too, as I say before. Hunter Insight, actually that is not that good. I don't recommend that one, on my opinion, of course. And knee shot is actually really bad passive for identity skill. It's not that good amount slow, and it's only worth when you leg shots. So I don't use that. And let's look at which skills we don't use in Hunter Tree. Unbreakable Focus, actually we don't any damage reduction. Not that bad, but still I don't use. Opening Strike, that is not bad actually. You can use in big fights for sniping people with aim through, but still I don't use that one too. Hawkeye, as I say before, it's more for sustain. Can use instead bullseye or instead arrow range, and that is all, I guess. And Splinter Shot is totally useless in my opinion. But if you like, give a shot, try it. That's all, I guess. I told everything about both, I guess. So I hope you guys enjoy. I will upload for Spear 2 soon. Thanks for watching. See you soon.